This is not good. Worlds are colliding.
We were smart enough to not say, Houston, there's a light out there that's following us.
And what the hell is that? You know, what is that? And I couldn't even talk. I was just amazed at what I was seeing.
This is the Beast of the Week podcast.
Level testing in 3, 2...
I gotta say, those levels are really good. Good, Joe.
Really good levels, bud.
Your levels are
Your
unparalleled.
levels are just great.
Everybody knows your levels are off the hook.
Joey, your levels are levels I would strive to be at.
Thanks, I get that a lot.
I hate how much shadow is in my face.
Get a lamp.
Yeah,
I look like a goblin.
just get a fucking lamp.
Well, the
Turn
lamp
off the
wouldn't
other
help.
lights.
I am not gonna buy a lamp just to make myself look better on a podcast.
Sam, this is for the people. If you're ugly, I can't interact with you as much as I would like to.
Well, I am so sorry to say, but I am quite ugly.
It's okay.
Unfortunately.
It's okay. That's a good thing we do an audio format here on the Beast of the Week podcast. Welcome to another week, folks. I'm John Cannon.
I'm Joe McGlinchey.
I'm Sam Harris.
And I'm Toria Ainsworth.
Not much energy in that one other than Toria. Could I get another full energy from Joey? One more for the... John will edit this out.
And welcome to the Beast of the Week podcast. I'm John Cannon.
I'm Joe McGlinchey.
And I'm Toria Ainsworth.
Toria, you
That
really
was
need
much.
to step
That
up
was
the
much
energy.
better. That was much better.
Really
Thank
need
you,
to
guys.
step up the energy.
Oh.
Yeah, that was great, guys. But Toria, you
Toria.
just didn't bring
Pump it
it,
up.
and that's why.
Listen, you set the bar the first time, but now you gotta join us at the...
I wasn't expecting Sam to scream.
That doesn't excuse your lack of screaming.
That's not true.
No, it's yes
And I'm Toria Ainsworth.
Eh.
Pathetic.
Is that better?
Not really what we were looking for. I definitely screamed, and you just kind of said
My
the
mouth
lines.
is also open.
You are not testing well with the audiences because of this lack of screaming, and I think we're gonna recast you.
We're gonna cast you as what did you say, guys? Legolas.
Houseplant. What?
The shut mouth.
Okay, the shut mouth. You
The
have been
worst
cast
crypt
as
of them all.
the shut mouth. I'm so
bullying-
sorry,
are we
Toria,
bullying
but
too
you've,
much?
Shut
you've been,
mouth. It's
you've been
shaped like a
casted.
bottle.
We do often like fucking pounce on Toria.
That's very true.
Everyone here gets pounced on.
Yeah.
Everyone has
Nope,
their...
just you and
What?
Toria.
Yeah, it's
Well,
really just
very
us,
fair.
Joey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys need
Maybe
to...
that's
You
why
want-
I'm
you
like,
wanna know
yeah,
why?
it's alright.
You wanna know why? You're the two with glasses.
Oh
True,
shit.
nerds.
Four Eyes Club.
Maybe you guys need to form a union.
We're octo-eye.
If you unionize,
with our
you're fired.
forces together.
No unionizing
We're
as
the-
podcasters.
Nope. We're the octo-eye union.
The octo-eye?
Yeah. 2 4 eyes put together.
You sound like a Spider-Man enemy.
Also, we put octopi in our eyeballs.
I am the great Octo.
Oh, jeez. We're already off in a great direction, but I ask us to rein it in. Let's get to some topics today. Okay?
Okay, rain me in, John.
All right. Fighting the horse. Get in here. Get in here, boy.
Testing.
Get in.
Testing.
All right. We're gonna
Horses
just you're gonna shut up.
What kind of deodorant do you use?
Aluminum free.
Aluminum.
I've had the same Old Spice for since like 6th grade.
You should probably get some
You
more.
should really try to use more deodorant. If
Guys,
that's
we're
the
gonna
case.
start this episode
I'm-
come hell or high water.
I'm just not smelly, you know?
The year is 1924. Vladimir Lenin has died. Al
Oh.
Capone's brother Frank has been shot down by the police. I didn't know there was a Frank.
What?
I didn't know there was a Frank Capone.
Yeah.
The birth of Benny Hill.
Tragedy.
The birth of Benny Hill brought promise of people being chased to yakety sax and the happy birthday song being published to make celebrants uncomfortable for a minute or two or so every year. But you don't care about these events.
I don't. You're right.
You're in a group of miners prospecting your claim near Mount St Helens in Washington state. For the last 6 years, you've prospected the area looking to strike it rich like so many before you. However, strange occurrences seem to plague your team right when you have thoroughly assayed your claim.
Where's the gold?
Thanks, Sam.
That's based off of Wendy's Where's the Beef.
Yeah, that's
Where did the ghost take my gold?
Where's the gold sticks?
Have you guys ever seen like that show like Alaskan Gold shit?
Alaskan Gold Boys, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember like on its first season, so it's like a whole family and it's like a granddad. And in one episode, he just gets on the fucking, like, excavator. And they're like, oh no, Granddad can't use the excavator. He's got issues. And he gets on the excavator, he just goes, lumbago! And he's just like, I got vertigo on the excavator. And then he just topples it. He topples the whole fucking thing.
Oh my god.
The whole guy, he just boom, 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 down like a hill. He's just like, vertigo did it. God damn.
These guys could really use a man so bold on their team if in 6 years they didn't find gold.
Tell me about these boys. Unless you got a little bit more story for me.
You know what I did, but you guys decided something else was more important, so we're going to talk about the boys.
The boys!
Talk about the boys.
What's up with you?
Time for the boys!
You're here on Rock 101 with the boys.
Home of the boys!
Home with the boys. Slamming brews, slinging chicks. However, strange occurrences seem to plague your team right where they so thoroughly essayed their claim. And here on Rock 101, like so many horror stories before you, you become embroiled in events so frightening that you need to play Metallica, but the surreal that they echo through the ages. This is your Sandman. Commercial free.
Incredible.
Well, we're not actually, we're not talking about Metallica here. We're talking about an incident in 1924 in which a party of 5 prospectors in the Mount St Helens area in southwest Washington claimed to have been attacked by an ape-man. You can call them the boys if you want.
I thought we were calling them the boys.
From now on, the ape-men are the boys.
All right, now these are their names. Sam, are you paying attention?
I am.
All right, their names were Fred Beck, Marion Smith, his son Roy Smith, Gabe Lefevre, and John Peterson. Now,
Peterson.
Peterson.
Okay.
Peterson. So, party had not had a lot of luck. Sam, are you paying attention?
I'm paying attention, Jonathan.
The party had not had a lot of luck in their previous
Why do you
efforts.
think I'm not paying attention to this riveting thing?
I'm just making sure you're paying attention. Okay? It's important.
I'm paying attention.
This is exposition, Sam. I see you screwing it around in the back there. The party had not had a lot of luck in their previous efforts, but in 1924, they had begun working a claim that they had named Vander White. From here, the recording of the events gets spotty because newspaper reports at the time gave varied accounts, and at this point, the story has gotten so big at various times that it's conflated to the point of a legend.
It's more legend than story now.
It is. And since I just gave their names, there's not much to be known about these guys that were involved, except for the most forthcoming of the party named Fred Beck wrote a book titled I Fought the Ape-Men of Mount St Helens, Washington, which is where most of this information has come from.
Did you read the whole book?
It's actually a very, very short book.
Oh, gotcha.
It's
More
pretty much a written, it's not a journal. It's more like a long-form interview.
Gotcha.
Really entertaining, though. And in the book, he refuses to name the actual men, despite the fact that they were all named in newspapers. But the only person he does name is using the pseudonym Hank. So pretty much all we know about is what Beck and Hank did.
Is that more fishy than it is truthful, or is it kind of like covering something up?
I have had a hard time figuring that out, honestly. There's no indication who Hank would be, and it seems
so
like
maybe that's why.
Maybe, but also it almost seems like lazy story writing, to be honest, because they're the only two who did anything according to this account.
I mean, I don't want to say this right off the bat, but I will. It sounds like it's almost like this alibi.
Yeah, a little bit. Kind of.
Might not be.
You never know, really.
You never know with these stories.
You never know.
In leading up to this event, the party spent their time in the Mount St Helens region, as mentioned previously, and they had often come across large tracks by the creek beds and springs. The man who Fred refers to as Hank, despite being a great hunter who was familiar with the wilderness, was always very nervous of the tracks. They were, at most, up to 19 inches long. In the middle of July, they had gotten a good assay on their claim, and their pants were just bulging with the imagined riches.
Who wouldn't be?
Who wouldn't be?
The imagined riches.
The imagined
That's
riches.
true. They don't want to get
These
mine.
bulging riches.
Bulging britches.
During this time, Beck was suffering from a toothache and had asked Hank to bring him into town to see a dentist, as Hank's car was the only vehicle that they had at their disposal. To which Hank responded that neither God nor the devil could get me away from there.
Classic, Northwest accent, yeah.
Thank you. I tried.
Seattle
Reminds
is
me a
just-
lot of Nirvana.
Yeah, thank you.
Pretty accurate.
Throughout the preceding week, they had heard strange noises in the evening, which included an odd shrill whistle that would come from one ridge, only to be answered from another.
Now, these two boys had their first encounter. It was Hank and Beck. They were heading down to the stream to get some water when Hank suddenly raised his rifle. I assume at the time was probably, I don't know, like what? Like a Springfield or something?
I think it actually was specifically a Springfield. He does mention the weapons, but I didn't write them down.
That sounds about right for the time, for what
Fred
was
Beck
economic.
does still have, I believe his was a Winchester 30-30, and he's been photographed with it.
Oh shit, so it was a winch.
Yeah,
So
winch.
Beck looked where Hank was aiming and saw a hairy creature about 100 yards away. So like almost like a roughly, around 6 to 8 feet tall, look kind of squatchy like, blackish brown hair. The creature hid behind a tree and then poked its head out. So a little bit curious. And Hank shot 3 times out of nowhere. Apparently he just thought this was a good idea. Hit the tree. And then Beck shot again 3 times as well before it ran away very fast and upright. Much kind of like a humanoid type of run, I would assume.
Like a person.
Like a man.
Yeah, like a man.
Like, dare I say, the boys.
Fuck off.
Like the boys. The two took to water back to their cabin. Now, they explained the incident to the rest of the group, and they unanimously decided to leave in the morning since it would be dark before they could get in the car. So they apparently saw this thing out there.
Right.
That sheepishly peeked itself outside of a tree. They shot at it a couple times and it ran away. And they were like, we gotta get the fuck out of here, boys! Boys! Hit the buds! Grab the buds! Let's go! Let's get the Chevy and let's get the fuck out of here, apparently, because this thing is very afraid of the guns that we apparently have tons of. So they unanimously decided to leave in the morning since it would be dark before they could get in the car. So this group of boys hanging out saw some boys out in the woods, some hairy boys.
The wrong kind of boys, though.
Like 6 to 8 feet tall, squatch looking.
No new friend.
No new friends here in the woods. And they shot at it 6 times between the two of them. And it immediately...
No, only one of them shot.
It said both shot.
Hank shot 3 times.
Then Beck shot 3 times.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, Sorry. Between the two of
6
them...
warning shots, might I add.
Six shots from a rifle. This thing ran away.
I mean, they didn't hit him.
No, they didn't. They didn't hit him.
Yeah.
Warning shots, and this thing was still like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. How many cryptids have we for the angry cryptids?
We haven't covered a lot of angry ones.
We've done a few though. A couple angry cryptids that like you shoot at them, you guys are having a hard time in a cabin apparently.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
This dude just bolted. And then they got back to the truck, back to the Chevy Silverado, and they said, "Boys, grab the Coors, grab the Buds, grab the SoCo. We got to get out of here real quick."
But that's not exactly what they didn't do. They left in the morning because they couldn't get to the truck.
They said it was going to be dark before then.
Yeah, they were at the cabin.
So they fired up some brats.
So
got the boys.
So what you're saying is
They made some sandwiches before they sat around and they said, I miss the 30s. And then they left.
how do they miss the 30s? It's the 20s.
Don't worry.
Well, they missed them.
They missed them.
They missed them real
No, they're all
bad.
40 and just
They were like, I
wasted it.
can't wait for the depression. We're all sitting here with buds. But we're all so thriving.
But you did say something interesting there where you said you just have a bad time in a cabin, apparently. That is exactly what happened to our boys.
Yeah. So when they were sitting out there just chilling after eating some brats and having some brews with the boys, the fellas,
The lads.
might I say, the lads,
The lads.
they're just hanging out in the quote very sturdy cabin that may actually still be standing today.
According to Beck, it burned down, but it...
Like Walton Pond.
This is just Henry David Thoreau. There's pictures of
Yep.
what they believe to be the cabin, but...
It's definitely a cabin.
It's a cabin, and Beck says that it burned down, I think, in the 60s, and a few other, like, some of the details of how he describes the cabin aren't the same as the picture, but it could be fun.
Couldn't be very sturdy if it couldn't stand up to fire. Am I right?
Everyone knows a
Yeah.
good cabin's fireproof.
Yeah, especially after 40 years, it should be fireproof.
Yeah, a bunch of logs like that should be able to just
Chill.
snuff fire right
Yeah,
now.
soaked in brews.
So
This-
those Bruce
Bud Light soaked
logs.
Core-stained cabin.
This boy-stained cabin couldn't handle a little bit of flum.
Flum.
So after doing what dudes typically do at cabin sleepovers, you know, pillow fights and
Ram
the like,
jam.
they drifted off soundly to sleep.
Thunderstruck.
But around midnight, they were awakened by some just bonkers noises.
Just bonkers.
Just
Oh
bonkers.
no!
So outside,
What kind of bonks?
Not the bonks.
there was a really loud thud that hit the cabin wall and actually knocked loose some chinking, which is the seal that's used between the logs to fill gaps in log cabins.
It's not the bad word.
Not
here.
no, exactly.
But we're
You didn't have to bring that up, John.
You can't say seals on the air, John.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Listen,
Fuck.
they were
What about the
pretty
long
sorry
neck
at this
seal?
point, John. Know why?
Why?
You know why?
Why?
Because they heard
Why?
thudding footsteps around outside. And after seeing those tracks, what was a foot? 19 inches long? That's
something
spooky.
about there.
I'd be a little spooked.
That sounds like a large foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They knocked over a lot of logs. Not the boys, but rather the feet trampling.
Feet tramplers.
the trampling feets.
The Brotherhood of the Trampling
I call the
Feet.
band name
That's fair.
Trampling Feets.
All right, that's yours.
So most accounts would claim that giant boulders were being thrown at the cabin. Giant boulders.
Boulders.
Beck asserts
Like,
this wasn't the case though. Yeah, like boulders.
Like boulders.
no, I'm saying already. That's oh my god. I'm saying already. Boulders are sizable.
Size.
Like that's
large.
like
Larger than those
post glacial.
Whoa.
Yeah, right?
You can climb up a boulder.
It's not just a rock.
Pioneers used to ride these babies for miles.
No, that's a rock. But
No,
there were
it's
there.
not just a
I'm pretty
rock.
sure it's a boulder.
Oh, it's a boulder.
boulder.
I thought it was yeah, you're right. Not just a rock. It's a
Yeah,
boulder.
suck my taint,
Oh,
bitch.
jeez.
I don't like
Aggressive.
this.
The boys wouldn't like that language.
Yeah, the boys wouldn't love this.
Know what they also loved? They also loved that there wasn't really any large rocks in the area, but they were, rocks.
Yeah.
Not boulders.
Not boulders.
Semantics.
You can't drive
It's
that.
all in semantics, guys. But at this point, Beck says that the only time that their guns were shot, the language in that the guns were shot, they didn't actively do the shooting of guns, but it was because the creatures were attacking them. He wanted to demonstrate that they were only acting in self-defense.
He was trying to train them effectively.
Oh, I see.
Like a dog. Like, I will only punch you if you lick me.
There you go.
I
So
don't like public displays of affection from animals.
absolutely not, and neither did these guys because when they got on the roof, they just started firing off like crazy. And then they loaded the musket balls in. They cleaned it a little.
We were well beyond muskets in the 1920s.
No, it was the
1920s.
20s, bud. No,
Do you
that
even
was,
know?
that was 1920s was the
That was
revolution.
that was
Oh.
the first 1800s actually.
That was the first 18... What?
No, that was the second. You're right.
Yup.
The second one.
It was
Right.
the
No,
first...
it was the 7th 1800s. From
Well, it was
King
long
Arthur's
enough that they
time,
didn't have a door lock. So when these things were trying to get in, they had to throw themselves at it. So 1800s.
Would they have a
round 2?
Would they have a door lock
Yes,
in
they would
a
have a
cabin?
Yes, they. This
This isn't metropolitan
That's
Augusta.
true. I mean,
This isn't the Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
This is the Great Patsby.
now let me remind you, this was a sturdy door, as we said previously.
This
bad
was-
boy
this could not
only
have been-
succumb to fires by hippies.
This sounds like a guy that's just like, hey, look, I made a really good door.
I made it.
Nothing could get
Fred Beck was in charge of
I
most
made
of the
such a good
construction,
door.
and so he just made sure that that wasn't called into question in his
Listen, this was a
account.
sturdy door. These creatures had
It's
big
a good door.
foot. I can't think of synonyms for feet.
There's not real tootsies.
I disagree with that.
Big Pete's.
Paddles?
It was under siege all night. The boys were fighting them off. Reportedly, allegedly, 28 U.S.
No, shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna sit here and endorse Ram Ranch on my podcast.
The thing is, folks, that people don't realize with this conspiracy, SEAL Team 5 was there.
That's actually the founding team.
And-
Was the 5th. They just went straight for it.
was the 5th. And the thing is, Gonzo. By these
Lonzo Gonzo,
Oh no.
That's why Lonzo Balzo, we had to
like
get
a
the six.
lozenge after you've been sucking on it for 10 minutes or so. Gone.
Is that what Lonzo is like
Lonzo
too?
Lon-
Lozenges. Big baller brand. Only 1,500 a pop.
Lozenges balls.
You trying to have some of these ball lozenges?
They're Gonzo lozenges.
Lozenges.
Anyway, so the way that this alleged character Hank saved the day, Hank, while they were under siege, managed to belt out at the creatures. Now, if you leave us alone, we'll leave you alone, and we'll all go home in the morning. That's it. And so the attack ended just before sunlight. Before sunlight. Only in.
So his plea didn't work.
No, they really didn't give a fuck. about
Apparently, no. Yeah, it ended at sunlight. But what happened like the day after? Because I apparently overstepped my boundaries by saying they left in the morning. But like what?
They left in a morning.
They left
It's not
at morning.
They left at morning, yeah.
They made it to a morning, so that's pretty neat. So
We give it up for the boys.
Hank,
the boys.
The boys, they did it.
the boys. My big boy Hank on the roof.
Oh yeah, he was just up there with a chainsaw.
Which actually replaced his arm.
Yeah.
Little known fact.
Yeah, the craziest thing is that, like, midnight, Hank sawed off his arm, and they were like, Bud, that's a sturdy door. You're fine. He's just like, no! Oh, God, it hurts so much! And then they're like, Bud, that's the sturdiest door I've ever seen in my life.
Amen.
No one's getting through that. That's the sturdiest door.
There were elements of this like overnight attack that were almost reminiscent of the Nazis' Goat Man.
The Nazis
What?
goat
All I
man.
heard was the Nazis goat man. I was like,
Whoa.
like my brain shrunk. I was like,
Oh no.
I feel like you just said DMT to me, but like it's transferred through language. The Nazis go, man. I was like, whoa, man. I'm seeing a lot of. Hey, brother, I'm seeing a lot of mentions.
Oh boy. It is similar to a Nazi's goat man.
A Nazi. That's what I said.
I definitely heard a Nazi goat man, which would be a sick
I heard
movie.
Nazi goat man.
Put it in the letter. That's a great movie.
The sequel to Schindler's.
Holy shit! You can't just throw that out there.
She sells Schindler's shells by the list shore.
Can't just start making puns out of Oscar
Somebody
Schindler.
tell me about the day after,
Holy
for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
All right, Oscar Schindler wasn't
Jonathan,
involved.
would you like to go?
yeah. John
All right.
hasn't talked in a while.
Listen, you gonna sit there and criticize my work ethic? I'm gonna come over there and sit on your couch.
Allegedly.
It's not awful.
No.
It's not great.
Yeah, no, I'm not
I
moving.
love our couch. Fuck off.
So, the day after the attack, they left the cabin probably very, very gingerly, I might say. It's not good. It's scary territory. And Beck saw one of the creatures 80 yards away near the edge of the canyon.
This guy's really great at estimating distance.
I can't do that. I can't estimate a height, a distance, nothing.
If the directions are like turning 500 feet, it's really a crapshoot
I'm
at
gonna
this
turn
point.
Eventually.
You're gonna end up.
I'm gonna wait till it's like rerouting. That
fuck.
was it. That's 500 feet.
So with his fucking dead eye for distances, Beck spotted one of the creatures. He shot another 3 times these are just like OCD sharpshooters. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the creature fell over the cliff, probably, wounded, dead, fell down into the gorge about 400 feet down. So this is the first one killed that we know of. The party quickly left. Honestly, it just seems irrational to kill the last one there after seeing what they just did because you looked at one and tried to kill it.
It's probably because they spooked him.
So it's clearly not a gumbaroo.
It is not a gumbaroo.
Not a gumbaroo.
We can cross that right off the list.
Right off.
Gone.
So the party quickly left, probably quicker because he had just killed one and everyone knows this thing's all about its homies. They left taking only what they could carry. They left behind like tons of equipment and all that expensive stuff for miners.
Yep.
And on their way back, booze. I think that they did talk about bringing the booze, I think, in the book.
Did
brought
they?
the booze.
I mean, that's a pretty
The boys
big
brought
part
the
of it.
booze.
The boys brought the
They're
booze.
like, guys, we have
They-
8 more White Claws. What do we do?
Yeah, they took all their Four Locos and Twisted Teas and they just shoveled them in their shirts like a bunch of a canned pregnant woman.
That sounds like a product.
We gotta go.
There's a market for that product. I don't want to know it, though.
Yeah.
I do. So, on the way back, they're heading into town. They're scared out of their dang old wits holes. And Beck says they should keep the story secret. And they all agree. But then Hank immediately told the Rangers at Spirit Lake about the events like the second they pulled in.
Fucking Hank.
Hank is both
So
No longer a part of the boys. He's a
friendship
snitch.
over with Hank.
next entry.
new best friend is fucking Marion. So this dude is willing to completely keep this guy's identity secret. But Hank is just like, yeah, I'm sorry about that, bud, but I just this guy in the silly hat, I gotta go tell him.
See, that one I can understand more because, like, I feel like a ranger's a good person to let know about an overnight siege by ape-men.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Fair.
I think he should know.
Fair.
What happened next, though, when they're back in their hometown of Kelso, Washington? Hank got together for his alternative boys, his backup boys. They're sitting in his garage. They're drinking some
B-team.
some Schlitz, and he tells them
Yum.
about what happened. And you know what they say: the only way to keep a secret between two people is if I kill one of them. So
Yeah, my dad has that shirt.
that makes sense.
Yep.
And so he tells his friends. Their friends tell 6 friends. Those friends tell the news, and the news tells the world, leading to what Beck refers to as the Great Hairy Ape Hunt of 1924.
Damn.
This is
The
Sasquatch
roaring
Jaws.
20s is actually what that comes from.
Quite literally roaring. It's about the ape men.
Now, we don't know if they roar. We heard whistles.
That's true.
Yeah, they made odd shrill whistles.
So, like, following these news reports after the boys, let it out. Gotta let it out.
Come on, boys.
These boys, let it on it.
Let it out. Let those
like a bunch
tears
of- like-
flow.
Like Monsanto, like Monsanto opening the chicken coop. These cocks just fucking let it out. And the area was bombarded by press, hunters, explorers. The canyon, the prospectors. They were
Wait, the
near.
canyon?
The canyon.
Oh.
Canyon.
I didn't. I was wondering when Kenyans got involved.
No, they did not. That's not anywhere near there.
Their presence
So
has
the
been noted.
won the NBA Finals.
That's
That's not Kenyans.
Oh, that's Canadian.
Toronto.
oh
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
in that case,
unfortunately, they did beat my Bucks. So
wait. So are you talking about Canadians?
I mean, it's pretty close with the Northwest.
That's true.
Had it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of far from Toronto.
So a little bit,
Canyon
that's
is
more
Canyon.
Vancouver. But either way, There was reports of a great hairy ape, or like a mountain devil, which is an echo of what happens in New England when they see a Sasquatch. Is called a woods devil. I thought that was very interesting.
That's true.
They call him like a devil. They increase in numbers, so 3 people saw one in their car headlights as it passed in front of them near the very same Ape Canyon. Issues arose as this mountain devil that was now, sanctified as that, began shooting at anything that moved. Sorry? Nope. Issues arose.
Somebody armed the fucking
Oh my god.
Yeah, he saw the gun. He was like, gotta get one of me those. So issues arose as the mountain devil hunters. So this is whole squad of people that are just like, gotta kill this. Gotta kill these boys.
I love this mode in PUBG.
Yeah, PUBG.
PUBG.
That's an oldie. You should have said Fortnite began hunting, shooting at anything. Oh my god.
Nice.
Issues arose as mountain devil hunters began shooting at anything that moved. So we're talking every animal in the area. They thought it was this kind of mountain devil.
Or any other hunters, too.
Forest of Death.
Yeah, I mean, any other hunter would probably shoot at anything they wanted furs from because things were, unbeknownst to them, about to get rough. But they were just going for it.
All right.
Now, the ape hunt yielded no physical apes, but huge footprints were reported often. So you still had these large footprints at the time.
Yeah, still
reported.
Still some sort of evidence.
And the fact that things were getting shot, I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever been hunting, but not every shot is a kill shot.
That's very true.
So it doesn't mean that they brought these home. Every kill was not a kill that they brought home. So it's very possible that anything that got shot moved on at the time.
Like fucked off and died.
And then died down like a ravine or something. Now, Bob Lee of Portland, Oregon later reported strange experiences in the same area during the search for a lost skier. So, lost skier, I would not say, I'm just going to squash this right now, not a Yeti. But,
I don't know, the circumstances of his disappearance are interesting.
they're very interesting.
Yeah.
Especially
Now,
considering
who
it's in the
was
same region. Jim Carter?
Yeah.
Jim?
Oh, you talking about Jim Carter?
I'm talking about Jim. He was a boy. Jim Carter was an experienced skier and mountaineer that mysteriously vanished on the mountain in 1950. So this is after the fact, but Bob Lee helped on both these occasions. He was a mountain devil hunter, and he looked for a skier. So Carter had climbed the mountain with some friends, and while they're up there, they're sitting there, they're doing a ski down the mountain. He's like, I gotta take a selfie over here. So he walks a bit of ways, he snaps his sweet, it takes about 45 minutes because it's the 20s, and he goes back and they're not there anymore, and...
The 50s, so they had an iPhone 1.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit, it took so long. And so he takes his picture, and he's never seen again. The friends, they finish their fun day skiing, and then they report that their friend's gone. And so this area is combed over for 2 weeks, like a huge search party. And what was found was that his tracks pointed him towards Ape Canyon, down a wildly dangerous run that no experienced skier would willingly make. Bob Lee asserts that this means he was pursued. And I don't know if you guys have skied much, but there's the parts of the mountain where it's like, that's insane to even think of going down that. It's like that.
I mean, was it a slope or was it just like glades? Cross country.
My thinking is it's something like an avalanche chute or something like rock face. Like, I'm not entirely sure what it was, but if I'm going from Bob Lee, who's been a part of all these things. He was himself an experienced mountaineer and all that.
Yeah.
He says no one would go down it.
I would assume probably like a rock chute.
Yeah, something like that.
Because like any avalanche type of like idea, there'd be no ski slopes near there.
Yeah, exactly. But it doesn't really say anything about avalanches. Regardless, no trace of Carter or his gear was ever found. Now, I'd give it Carter wouldn't be found, but you'd find a ski or something somewhere. Even if he was
some trace of him.
if he was eaten, you'd find it.
Yeah.
And despite like I said, despite the area being searched for 2 weeks, nothing was found. And during this experience in the Ape Canyon area, Bob Lee claimed to have a constant sense of being watched and hearing strange noises, even when no one's around, when he's alone. He'd just have that eyes on the back of your neck feeling.
That's creepy.
So, Toria, do you have any, I know that you've been researching Everest. What's the stats on Everest?
So, there's a shit ton of people that have died since, like, the early 1900s, I believe.
Yep.
And most cases, the people that are never found have gotten themselves into, like, an ice crack or too far in a dangerous area where it makes no sense to have a rescue party. The situation that Bob Lee describes doesn't sound like any of the cases that you would have in Everest, where, like, you can't find this missing person because they are incapacitated, dead, in an area that, like, a rescuer wouldn't be able to get to.
Right.
Or buried under snow. It sounds like perhaps this is an area that goes through the seasons and doesn't always have snow. So even if they couldn't find him right away, like, somebody would have been able to find him.
I mean, we're also talking about
Eventually.
like Mount St. Helens versus Everest is like the most dangerous mountain in the world compared to recreation paradise.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Like,
yeah, no, that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Like, a search for Mount St. Helens should be accomplishable.
Oh, yeah.
Chris. Like,
I mean,
an Everest expedition, they give the same amount of care, and you still find a lot of people.
Right.
And unfortunately, they find a lot of people. Like, there's most notably green boots.
Oh, green
that
boots.
is,
yeah,
like,
there's green boots.
a part of the hike.
yeah,
even.
they're
Yeah.
actually they're
They're
working
just
to
like-
remove them, and there's actually people like don't get rid of green boots. He's like a landmark.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't get rid of them. So, like, I feel like Mount St. Helens, if something were to disappear there, it'd be supernatural almost.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely strange to disappear to this degree. Like, I mean, like I said, there's tons of people here all the time. It's not necessarily uncommon that a search party has to take place. Like, even if it's like 4 hours and they find little Timmy, like, it gets searched.
Yeah.
This is a precedent that we're trying to set here on Beast of the Week.
Yeah, exactly. Like, places like this that are well trafficked, like, not saying people have never disappeared, but ratio wise, people get found.
Yeah. If they died on the mountain, they're found on the mountain here.
Pretty much, yeah. Or at least, some, like, a river brought them down here or something like that, but there's usually some kind of
Some
evidence.
boots.
Yeah, boats.
Anything.
Some boats.
Boats. Yeah, some boats. Some old bobbly
Mountain
boats.
boats.
Yeah, mountain boats.
Yeah, you know, like you take an Oregon Trail. Those old mountain boats.
Mountain boats. They bring you to the mountain. And,
Bring
then
you
they,
to hell.
and then they probably do.
Oh.
Well, that would explain the
Hell,
disappearances. If you find those boats, stay off. I think we just made a creepy
Get on the
pasta.
boat.
Don't get on the mountain boats. So the undoubtedly strange events surrounding this region have left room for a lot of skepticism and speculation, obviously. The simplest explanation is that it was a hoax. However, Fred Beck, he's the most vocal of all of this, despite being the one saying that, oh, we shouldn't tell anybody about it. Now he's like, guess I gotta set the record straight. And everyone's like,
Gotta tell everybody about
yeah,
it. now.
everyone's like, you really don't have to. Like, I'm pretty sure we know. He's like, I gotta set the record straight. They're like, dude, we get what happened. Just, come on now. It's time they know. So,
Marion, shut up. Marion.
So Fred Beck stayed adamant that these events were genuine and actually has his own kind of out there theory as to what these creatures were and why this happened. Saying from his book, I quote, I can say that we genuinely fought and were quite fearful. And I, for one, was always conscious that we were dealing with supernatural beings. It's a bold claim.
He was always
Yeah,
conscious.
that's up there.
Can he back this up?
No.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
Turn.
No, that's it.
Okay. Everyone vote beforehand.
Joey.
Nay.
All right, we're good.
Okay.
So in Fred Beck's theory, Fred Beck was an admittedly spiritual man who makes some big statements in his book regarding the origin and the nature of the creatures that he encountered. He claims that the creatures are not entirely of the world we occupy.
Okay.
Perhaps instead, these creatures came from another, perhaps lower plane of existence.
Oh, fucking K.
He further claims that certain spirits inhabit higher and lower planes, and that in their prospecting, they had encountered both types.
This is what life in the mines will do to you.
Dude, I'm yes-anding the fuck. I want to know every thought he has ever had.
Yeah.
Right.
Shit. This dude's up there.
Time to audit his thoughts.
Thought it. Thought a different thing.
Yeah.
In 1922, the men found the location of their mine. A quote-unquote big Indian dressed in buckskin appeared before them, telling them that a white arrow would go before them and lead them to the mine. Supposedly, another man, after the events of 1924, could see the arrow as well. The group followed the arrow, but at one point a member of the party grew frustrated, saying the spirits had lied to them, cursing them.
I forgot to include this, but that was motherfucking Hank.
Oh, this was Hank that cursed them?
I'm pretty sure we can say that everything was Hank's fault.
I'm down. Yeah.
Fucking Hank.
Fucking Hank.
Fucking Hank.
Fuck it.
You patsy.
Hank is out of the boys. Out of the boys.
Out. Just ejected.
He was already out before this too. Like that's how out he was.
You
He was
are the weakest.
He was over there
boy.
drinking like Miller,
Goodbye.
and all the boys are like, "Bud, we got Bud.
This is Bud country, sir.
It seems that his
This
boyhood
is Bud
was rough.
country."
You think you're better than us because you got the champagne of beers? You fucking asshole.
I can see you over there, Hank. And Marion, I see you inching away. You got those fucking Rocky Mountains in your eyes, and they're turning blue. You asshole. We have the wine of beers. My wine, my Cabernet, Bud Light. I pour it into a wine glass. I smell it.
You're making bad choices.
All
so
the
good.
fizzy goes up your nose.
Smell those esters?
I really think it's supposed to be in a can so you can't smell it.
Yeah, Bud Light smells like liquid
Yeah.
beer or liquid bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does smell like liquid
Yep.
beer.
Liquid
Yeah,
bread.
It does. But these boys in the 20s, probably the best thing.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, they were like, this is the fucking shit.
What if we went back in time and gave like a really hoppy IPA to just like
I don't think they would like it.
just a dad in the 50s?
I mean, the IPA existed like
Yeah,
way,
but everyone
prior.
drank Schlitz.
Everyone.
Schlitz is good too.
Schlitz is good, but it's a whole world away.
Schlitz, Narragansett, and Yingling. Oh my god!
I really dislike you.
Joe, you're a fucking prude with beer.
Yo, I fucking love
No.
Schlitz.
Really?
Oh my god, yeah, I fucking love Schlitz.
Yeah, you can.
If I can ever get Schlitz, I always get Schlitz. So good.
I still think Hams is my
You get
favorite
those. You get
shit
those.
beer.
You
Ham?
Hams?
You get that ham. No, HAMM.
Hams. It's so good.
Hams is great too. Rockport is it called? Is the other one?
I don't know Rockport. Is that like shitty
Rockport?
like triple tall boy I got one time?
Yeah, dude, ham.
Ham.
What the fuck?
Ham's great.
Ham. Chicken.
Ham. It's called ham. It's called ham. They're already advertising to be a meat.
They're just
So
they're just waiting
they're just waiting.
since the like,
We did a lot of fishing trips on hams, didn't we?
yeah, Hams is the fishing fuel.
Yeah, it really is.
The group followed the arrow, but at one point, a member of the party, now known to be Hank, grew frustrated, saying the spirits had lied to them, cursing them. However, the arrow directed them to the mine on the north cliff of Ape Canyon. At this point, the group had a vision of the big Indian who spoke. Because you have cursed the spirit leading you, you will be shown where the gold is, but it will not be given to you. The spirit's promise was true. The group worked the mine for 2 years, but were never able to find the pocket of gold.
That's what she said.
The lower forms, Beck says, take on the form of the hairy creatures, which he specifically likens to the abominable snowman, Bigfoot, and Sasquatch. Certain events led him to believe that the creatures could not actually be natural beings with natural bodies,
Okay.
which is
HGH.
interesting.
HG.
That's something.
Don't know if we have just hindsight because of the benefit of like Amityville Horror, but I'm pretty sure that you don't fuck over the Indian spirits. Just don't.
Oh, yeah,
I feel
definitely
like that's
not.
always been a thing.
Yeah.
Bad news, but
Like, it doesn't go well. There.
for a whole country that is raised on being afraid of white people as witches, and then said everybody not us is evil.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that is true in any way. I want to preface that, but
I mean, don't curse any spirits.
It's usually a
yeah,
safe
don't
way to
curse
go through
any
life.
spirits at all. But I'm saying, like, in fucking the 1920s, they thought pretty much everything was evil.
That's true.
Yeah.
The whole world.
So
yeah.
So why the fuck would you be like, all right, this ancient fucking spirit came to us? Fuck you. Really? Now? Maybe in 1994. Yeah,
No, that
never
was
mind's
Satanic
out. You
Panic
might.
era.
Yeah,
Don't
but
think
you
that
might be one
Yeah.
of them grunge boys.
I mean, yeah, out smoking.
You might be Kurt
dubs.
Cobain, and you'll say it then.
Fair
but
point.
Otherwise, why the fuck? Especially when you're all coked up in the 20s.
Just coked up miners who can't find gold are true failures.
Yeah, these fucking
Yeah.
coked up miners is essentially what The Great Gatsby was all about.
Pretty much.
Yeah?
In a metaphorical sort of way.
They were all 14.
This thought comes from early in their time at Ape Canyon. The group spotted 2 huge tracks on a sandbar in the creek nearby. But there were only 2, with none indicating that it moved at all from this position. In essence, Beck's claim is that these spirits are not animal spirits, but have not transcended plane that humans occupy, calling this process a sort of spiritual evolution. Everything moves to a higher plane as life moves forward. As a result, no physical remains could be taken of the creatures. A body would never be supplied, and all that could truly survive are stories and footprints. Any attempt to explain it in natural terms is fruitless, as the true explanation relies on approaching the subject in a strange manner.
Now, I'm pretty sure he just summed up what our podcast is about, for one thing.
Yeah?
Fucker stole it a while ago, huh?
Yeah. Also, I love this theory. This theory is awesome. This guy, like, he's got it all covered. He can tell us where Nessie came from, fucking Bigfoot. All these things exist in the Goblin universe, which runs parallel to ours, and they occasionally enter our...
So basically, this guy's just saying that all the crazy things that we see and talk about in this entire show could be due to another universe that runs parallel to ours.
What Fred Beck is saying is more of a plane of existence type dealio.
A plane of existence. So does that mean it only is in our plane sometimes?
Basically, what he's arguing is things can visit other planes, and we occupy one of those. Some live at a higher one. He actually brings up the idea that maybe aliens are at a higher one, and things are at a lower one.
Is it kind of like astral projection?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it's entirely that as much as it is they just happen to occupy the same place for a short moment.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Or like they present themselves. I'm not entirely sure what the fuck he's talking about.
So whatever plane we're on, we're not able to go to the other planes.
Or we do momentarily, that's where we see him.
It sounds like that's almost like a little bit of a, I forget which Native American tribe, but it's that there's multiple different planes on the earth. I want to say like it's the same tribe that has like the, you know, that mythos that there's like the people made out of like corn.
Oh yeah, I don't know who the people are, but
I
it's a
don't
fucking
know the
cool
exact
mythology.
name. I don't want to fucking say it and get it wrong because that's
Yeah,
bad.
no, I
But,
know what you mean though.
It's that same religion that there's several different planes. Like there's a plane of just like insect people.
Yeah, I mean you could.
That is probably equally as wrong as just me saying Mayan.
I mean in a way you could equate it to kind of the like the Buddhist levels of enlightenment.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's different levels.
Yeah, exactly.
And that comes from that. And I want to say North. I don't know much about Northwest tribes, but I think these were definitely not.
They were definitely not.
I want to say these were more Plains tribes.
Okay.
But similar.
It's interesting you bring up the Native Americans because Beck's theory actually leads into an ancient Native American legendary people known as the Seeahtik. I will give a little disclaimer. This information is spread between some questionable sources, along with some more reputable ones regarding Native American religion and mythology. So take it with a grain of salt, and we're preemptively saying don't tweet at us because we acknowledge we might be completely wrong. Don't tweet me. Don't at me. At Joey.
I mean, you could add us.
Actually, just add us because we could use the interaction.
Yeah, we're pretty lonely. To break it down, this goes across a lot of tribal traditions in the Northwest. Basically, there were two types of hairy bipedal hominids in their stories. The first were known as night people, which were powerful but benign forest spirits, which is more of what our idea of Bigfoot is nowadays. Basically, just a monkey hippie.
Mm-hmm.
And these...
What's the difference?
That's racist.
You made it.
Hippie?
The second were the Seeahtik, which were commonly referred to as stick Indians. Now, these were malevolent, vengeful, man-eating creatures.
Oof.
Now, the stories can be confused for a number of reasons. For one, the creature was publicly referred to by a number of names, either from different tribal languages or the fact that, much like the Skinwalker, or as we have done the first episode,
thank you,
Voldemort.
Yeah, I was gonna say last time we mentioned that shit, the episode shut down.
Let's just keep it quiet then. It was taboo to say the word itself. So that's why they said stick people, and there's a few other terms just around regionally.
Actually, no, you can say it because it was about the rake.
Dude, don't fuck with me.
Why'd you do this?
Why'd you do this?
I don't know. I felt like it because I'm immune.
I got myself spooked out last night on stuff, and like I just had a rough time falling asleep. And then today, like,
but say the Algonquin one.
No, oh, the Wendigo.
Yeah, Wendigo's fine.
Wendigos don't scare me like that for some reason. But
yeah, but the rake does.
Fuck off, man. Fuck off. But
say it one more time and it'll be like Bloody Mary.
You mean Beetlejuice?
Wendigo.
Beetlejuice.
Wendigo.
But yeah.
Rake.
I was having some spooky circumstances last night. Just from my head, it wasn't the Gossams. And then today, I was kind of like sitting there today thinking about them, and I totally forgot. I told my landlord it was cool to show my apartment. So I'm like kind of sitting there, like just spacing out, and all of a sudden my door just bursts open and 3 people barge in, and I thought I was gonna die.
It's fair.
That's terrifying.
That's fair. Brookline's a dangerous place.
Very dangerous. You just blew up my spot, Sam.
I'm sorry. Cut that.
Another reason why it could be confused is that the Native Americans just kind of kept this story secret from us whites. So one reason,
fair,
they didn't think we'd believe them, and
we taught them how to farm, and then we killed them.
That's fair.
Yep.
But yeah, they didn't know what that would believe them. They didn't want to be called liars. Speaking of, it was taboo in the first place, and some have even claimed that the local tribes were ashamed of the Seeahtik because of their behavior. They're naughty.
Fair.
Ashamed of them.
Ashamed.
Shame.
Let me.
Ding ding.
Can I tell you
Ding ding.
what they look like?
Oh, you can tell me.
I was hoping you would speak.
Well, now I'm not going to.
Sam, are you paying attention?
I am paying attention.
Hey.
I'm looking.
Quit screwing around.
I'm looking at the fucking video. Holy shit.
Hey, calm down. Pay attention.
I'm paying attention. I can't tell if you're fucking.
He's fucking with you.
These boys. Tricksters. Hey, John, I know you're gonna drown me.
Let's go to the beach.
Let's.
Yeah.
I would love a beach day.
Yeah, I've been telling you to come visit for months. I gave up. Come visit.
You don't live near a beach.
We go to the
Closer
beach
than
like
you.
we are closer than you.
Shut up.
Gone to the beach consecutively 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, kind of want to go again this weekend.
Hell yeah.
True.
So this bad Larry's about 7-8 feet tall, hominid in appearance. Do you know what that means, John?
Break it down.
Sam, are you paying attention? Hominid.
No.
Describe.
No, I'm playing RuneScape.
I think you are playing RuneScape.
No, I'm not fucking playing RuneScape.
And just like Sam, they're absolutely covered in dark hair.
Sam shaved. Give him credit.
Yeah, what the fuck? I'm definitely not covered in
Covered.
Okay.
Heinously covered.
Oh
Oh yeah, you see that.
those are wet.
Oh, we got a
Maximum.
stick Indian over there. Sam showed us his breasts.
Now, Sam, I got some questions for you now. This is raising my suspicions. Are you by any chance nocturnal?
Definitely not.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Sam falls asleep mid-word.
Yep.
That's impressive.
Wait, you haven't been there to experience that?
No.
The cabin, at least.
Oh my god.
Asleep in
You've
the middle of
missed
saying
out, my
something?
friend.
Yeah.
I thought, who was asleep talking? Oh, was that you? Sam, was that you that had a conversation?
Definitely Sam.
Fell
Yeah.
asleep?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably me, my man.
I was sleeping. It was Sam was still living with his parents, and I spent the night. Like we went out that night, and like we're in your basement. You're on a futon. I'm an air mattress on the floor, and my phone's dying. And I noticed like behind your TV there's a power strip. So I like pull it out to plug my phone in, and Sam says dead up in bed. He goes, "No, John, you can't, and just lays back down and go to sleep.
Oh my god.
no, I until I like truly fall asleep, I become a entirely very commanding.
Sam, this was 5:30 in the morning.
Oh, well then yeah, I just when I am woken up at any point, it's almost like a half sleepwalk. I will have a full conversation.
It's beautiful.
I get very angry.
Oh my god.
I don't remember it at all. Ever.
Yeah, no, he yells at me because he'll fall asleep on the couch, and I'll be like, babe, like, you have to go upstairs and, like, get into bed. And he'll, like, glare at me and be like, I know!
Oh, I've definitely
I
experienced that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Every time somebody's like, Sam, go to bed, I'm like, I am in bed. And they're like, no, you're on a pumpkin.
All right,
Yup.
we've covered that Sam is not nocturnal.
Yeah, I'm not nocturnal.
But
continue.
I don't want to ask you any more questions.
No, we're gonna learn a lot about Sam
Long
tonight.
answer.
Yeah, no. 20.
How would you describe your sense of smell? And would it be
Pretty
keen?
good.
The keen.
I'd say I've been to Keene,
Did you smell?
and I smelled it. It smelled like gunpowder.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting. All right.
Yeah, no, I have a decent sense of smell.
Now, Sam, some would say that allegedly you've been known to abduct women and children.
Allegedly.
How would you respond?
I would say absolutely not. I don't know where I would put them in my apartment.
Yeah, allegedly.
You got a couple extra rooms.
Fair.
That's true, but no, like, places.
Now,
Put
this
that-
next question I know is a hard no on Sam's part, but I'll ask you anyway. Sam, sometimes do you wear clothes and even go so far as to operate in a sort of civilized manner?
I would say yes, I do, Joseph.
Are you sure?
Fucking liar.
Yep.
You're lying to me.
I wear pants a lot more than I used to.
Whoa.
That is actually very true.
Is that growing up?
Disconcerting.
Yeah, no. Toria, like,
growing up.
Toria for a while was like, why do you keep wearing pants like on the couch? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, like, I was getting, like, uncomfortable because I was like,
I've gone the opposite
Yeah.
direction.
No, I wear a
Less
lot of
pants?
pants.
So fewer pants. So fewer.
me too.
I wear so many
So-
pants at once.
Do I have any like powers?
Do you have?
Well, so far it sounds like you're striking out on being it in the first place, but
Yeah, so let's chalk this up. So not
Yeah,
nocturnal.
Actually,
He's been to Keene and smelled it, so I would say that's a keen sense of smell.
I don't know, it kind of smells enough.
Yep.
To...
Definitely, or allegedly known to abduct women and children. We know that the Seeahtik,
it's a no.
I'm going Seeahtik.
they've been known to abduct women and children. And Sam, according to him, would be said to wear clothes and operate in a civilized sort of manner, just like the Seeahtik.
Half.
Yeah, 50-50.
2 out of 4.
So let's.
I guess I wear clothes, but I'm definitely not civilized.
All right.
I'll give you that.
All right.
I'm gonna read out some behavioral points, okay? And I just want at the end to sum it up to see if we can compare it to Sam and see.
Okay, and Toria can be here to back me
Yeah.
up.
All right. Sam, it's good to see you paying attention.
Toria
Toria
can be here.
Toria?
I'm gonna stay
You're gonna
over
be
here.
here.
That's okay.
you're
I'm gonna
gonna-
stay right here.
That's fine. If you're gonna, Toria, Sam snapped in the line. Are you paying attention?
No.
Keep your eyes up. Let's go.
Okay.
This is showtime.
All right. So the Seeahtik can stun and kill game with hypnotic powers.
I have never killed something that was once alive except for fish.
Did you want them to be dead though?
Yes.
Sounds
Sounds
damning.
Yeah.
The Seeahtik can cause intense fear, even driving someone insane through the same power.
I've been scared of Sam.
I have.
I mean, have you seen Hunter?
Hunter's terrified. He's a broken cat.
no.
No, he's not. Hunter loves Sam.
Yeah, no, just to lay it out there, my cat likes me.
Oh, but
Please don't
Arthur...
He's very nice.
Arthur doesn't always like you.
No, but I'll still pick him up and really give him a good tickle.
I'm gonna go ahead and just list off the next two, out of fear of another 10-minute non sequitur. It can throw its voice far off to confuse people.
I think that's more like a
No.
ventriloquist voice.
I was
throw.
thinking like Shaggy.
I can't.
Shaggy can do that in Scooby Doo.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't do that. And
He can throw his voice.
I've already played enough D&D characters that are Shaggy from Scooby Doo. I am not comfortable with saying I am Shaggy in real life.
Wait, back up. Shaggy can throw his voice.
Yeah.
Where is this?
Yeah.
There's one where like I don't know if it's a mummy or something that's chasing them, but he throws it into I think it was a mummy, and they're in a museum, and he throws it off of like some pots, so it sounds like he's in the pot.
Yeah, in like a vase.
Yeah, and then they like get away. He does it a couple times.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
It's like his
uh,
superpower, kind of.
That is not discussed enough, if you ask me.
Yeah, right.
He has some skills, but
Can we start a Scooby-Doo podcast?
yeah, it's called Rut Row. With Joe Rogan.
Rut Row with Joe Rogan.
Rut Rogan
The Rut Rogan experience.
with Joe. The Rut Rogan experience.
Scooby Doo.
Watch that.
Scooby-Doo.
So what's the last thing I can do?
The last thing that you can do is have a special medicine to make you invisible.
Nope, absolutely not.
Are you
You
sure?
say that, but I would keep that under wraps myself.
No, I definitely can't do that, or else I would be it.
Methinks the
lot
Sam
for
doth to
fun.
protest too much. I know that you have Bilbo powers.
Bilbo Powers.
I mean, I know that I have very hairy feet and I'm like 4 feet tall, but I don't have Bilbo powers. I'm one of the more useless hobbits in the trilogy.
One of the regular.
You know,
Yeah.
Sam.
I don't think
you know,
there
I'm
were-
I'm Slapdash, the Hobbit. I don't do anything, and I die from Grimgums or whatever his name is.
Grimgums.
The fucking what's his name? Like Worm Tongue.
Worm.
Yeah,
Grindelwald.
yeah, Grindelwald.
Not
Grimtongue.
Grindelwald's.
I know
some
it's not. That's
shitty-ass
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter boy. Grimma.
Yeah, Johnny Depp comes down and he kills me with his mighty pirate powers.
My name is Johnny Depp, and
I
I kill people.
Yep.
Someone please shed some light on this for me and tell me how this relates to my boy Frederick Beck. I don't know if his full name is.
Yeah, actually, let me get out the newspaper here.
Wow, that's really crumpled up.
Damn.
Yeah,
You just
well,
mad
I
at
mean,
it.
it's old. It's very.
He was
old.
like-
It's very old.
You should be more careful with that.
He was
I'm
reading
surprised.
a.
Still read it.
He was reading a 1926 newspaper, and it was like, "There's not going to be a recession."
Yeah, it says headline: Hoover, pretty good. And under that it says gold, always tight. Weird lingo for the 20s, but I guess Great Gatsby makes sense. And then in the weather column, it's kind of weird. It says, some Indians claim that during the process of evolution, when the Indian was changing from animal to man, the Seeahtik did not fully absorb the Tamanawis, how is that said, John?
I haven't the slightest fucking clue.
You know.
Tamanoice?
Yeah.
Tomato ice.
Yeah, no, I'll say it. Did not fully observe the Tamanawais or soul power, and thus he became an anomaly in the process of evolution. And sunny on Friday, rainy on Saturday. It's a weird weather column.
All right.
Oh, I see.
The 1920s news. Yeah, it also says Black Friday, dress up.
I think it was something different. Then.
It was probably different then, but this oh shit, this is actually 1932.
Oof.
My bad.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh no. But, that's...
Yeah, it says wear your best clothes. You'll need to sell them.
So wouldn't you not want to wear them?
No, you need to sell them.
So you sell the clothes off while you're wearing them.
I would say during the recession, also called the Great Depression, yeah, I would probably sell everything unless I was a boxer, in which case my life is Cinderella story.
Short everything.
Yeah.
We're gonna be
Where,
okay.
where I used my right hand during the 20s for the Hoovers and the right of the government, but then during the Great Depression I learned to use my left, and now I'm powerful.
You have the power of a man with 2 arms.
That's essentially what that movie is about. It's about getting out of the Great Depression with your left. I will say, right now we are getting a little bit late in recording.
Late night.
And I think we would do the fans better if we
Came to their houses and told them.
Yeah, I think it'd be a lot better if we just walked in the
Tuck
door
them
and
into
said, "Hey!"
bed. Tuck them into bed. Get our story out. Get a rocking chair and just read.
This
better have
story
dinner ready.
This story has so much to it.
Pizza doesn't count.
We haven't even begun to start talking about the supernatural.
Not only have we not talked about the supernatural elements of this goes deeper.
This goes so much. Is it really go deeper?
It goes deeper.
Goes all the way to the bottom.
Oh, fuck.
And it starts at the stars. What we have...
That's so much distance.
What we've...
Stop talking about the sun!
What we've discussed here tonight is the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Bigfoot on Mount St. Helens. And we're going to be covering a grand-scale conspiracy from the U.S. government and logging companies alike to cover up the existence of Bigfoot on Mount St. Helens.
I knew it.
So this is just a preview.
This
is a short appetite.
Oh, this was all the prelude. Y'all didn't even know it.
This is the Silmarillion.
This is just to get... this is from here and back again of your mind.
So you know what that means. Come back next week, fuckers. This shit isn't even started.
Because if it was the Silmarillion, this would be 7 episodes long of bullshit.
We should put that out. The Silmarillion is just us talking.
Yeah, it's just us being like elves, and there's 2 wizards, and they fuck off, and
No one ever...
there's a fat dragon
P8.
tortures a guy.
He does it.
Yeah.
the-
No, he's huge. He tortures a guy, and then he dies.
Okay.
Yep.
Classic.
Classic. So yeah, come back next week, folks. We got some shout outs here. Shout out Pat Nestor.
Shout out Pat Nestor.
Shut up, Ernesto!
Pat Nastry.
Don't you dare take the name in
added me on-
vain.
Come on.
Yeah, he added me
some
on
respect.
Facebook, and it's like my life shouted out Pat Nestor.
Pat Nestor is a shout
My
out.
friend's suggestions have.
If
been
you're a friend of the
shout
show,
Pat Nastry.
friend Pat Nestor on Facebook.
Should we just go dox him?
Quick shout out to Mimi, who noticed that one of our episodes was missing off of Spotify.
Yeah, thank you about that. We were luckily able to make a quick fix on it, but if you missed that because you listen on Spotify, check it out. It's there now. Belschnickel, the Christmas special.
I'll have you know, I am a bit of a Belschnickler expert.
Belschnickler.
Kind of like a Belschnickler myself.
We're all a little bit of a...
I'm a little impish myself.
You might call me a Belschnicklay.
Then I winked and I lost my job.
Aw, beans, babe.
Yeah.
This is how you tell me?
So,
Yeah, on air.
since Sam is now unemployed, do us all a favor. Go on, rate and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your fish, tell your grandma, but
Always
don't
tell your mom.
Don't tell her that much because she might find this inappropriate.
Always tell your mom.
Always tell your mom.
Hey,
Karen,
Tell your mother.
I will make you watch this fucking episode.
My mom, I just don't, please.
We have a different last name, so she's safe.
That's true. That's true.
Also, I don't follow her on Facebook. You're gonna get a lot of horoscopes.
Get the word out there, folks. We love you. We've been having fun. Look us up on social media. Joey McGlinchey is at joe.mcglinchy.fuck at LinkedIn.
.org.
Sam is
Don't
on
worry.
Make sure to
Reddit.
capitalize the fuck.
Sam is on Reddit
I am not on
at dot
Reddit.
dash u dash polar spring boy 69. That's boy with
I'm
an
not
I.
on Reddit.
Toria is on Tumblr with the screen name My Hair 4. And you can find me
Yep.
on Snapchat at Purple. I was an early adopter.
That's all, folks.
You
Thanks.
If you want something more important to follow, Beasts of the Week on both Instagram and Facebook, and The Beast of the Week on Instagram and Facebook.
No.
But if you would like to follow us on Twitter,
it's Truth
it's
is
just
Stupid.
At The Truth is Stupid. And on Twitter, it's
shit.
at Truth is Stupid. It's more of a generalized statement for
Yeah.
all you tweeters.
We should probably consolidate that at some point.
Yeah.
Is Beast of the Week taken?
Yeah.
Ah.
Also, it doesn't fit a lot of places.
Yeah, but The
Sorry.
Truth is Stupid.
It's okay. It's okay, Sam.
I have my Twitter name is Beast of the Week Sam.
That's nice. I got to start up some social medias for other people.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why I did that, because it should be consolidated, but
You're good.
this is just us talking.
You're good. We can have.
This is us.
This is just us. We're just hanging
Yeah.
out. We're just a couple.
This is us. This is a show. We can't say that.
This is
Yeah, we
just,
can. What?
Yeah.
We can say the name
No,
of
it's
the
a show. No, it's a show. We can't say
We
that.
can't say the name
is
of
us.
any form of media.
We're just
My favorite
friends.
show is
And like,
is
look, Joey, I know how you met
Scrambly
your
Guy.
mother, Sam, I know, like,
I
Scrubs.
love Chinese Dad and Scrambly Guy.
Look, this all just feels like it's in a sense of Arrested Development.
Guys, this feels like we're just traveling down parts unknown. Why don't we
I love
why don't we take it back?
the Pimpsons.
Look, guys, this is the end. Thanks for another great time. We love you all. Check in next week where we tell you some real crazy shit. I'm John Cannon.
I'm George Jetson.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Toria Ainsworth.
Stay spooky, folks.
Bye-bye.
That was incredible.
Holy shit. All right.